In 6.2, they'll give you some trig functions where the input is bigger than one full revolution of the circle. So let's do an example in degrees first, since that's a little bit easier, I think. So let's say they gave you sine of 390 degrees, and that is bigger than going all the way around the circle once, but you just keep going is the beauty of the unit circle. So say start here, move this direction. So going all the way around once is 360 degrees, and 30 more degrees would take you to 390 degrees. So you're still at this spot on the unit circle. It's the exact same spot as 30 degrees. And if you want sine of 390, you can say that's the y-coordinate here at 390 degrees, which is the same as 30. So the y-coordinate is still 1/2. So the sine of 390 degrees is 1/2. And let's see, let's do another one in radians. So let's say we wanted the tangent of 19 pi over 4. And really, it's still just a matter of figuring out where we're at on the unit circle when we go 19 pi over 4 around the unit circle. In fourths of pi, going there's 1/4 of pi, 2/4, all the way around is 8/4. All the way around again, it'd be 16/4. So 17/4, 18/4, 19/4. We're at this point right here, same place as 3 pi over 4. So the tangent is the y-coordinate over the x-coordinate. Notice that's square root of 2 over 2 over negative square root of 2 over 2. Same thing divided by itself, just a positive divided by a negative. So that will be -1. So I also wanted to do a couple examples of using the calculator. So let's say they gave you something that's not on our unit circle cheat sheet there. So let's say maybe they wanted cosine of 32 degrees, which is close to 30 degrees, but it's not. So on your calculator, two things to be careful with. One, under your mode settings right here, make sure that you are in degree mode for this particular problem, since it was a degree problem. And then we just want cosine of, what did I say, 32 degrees. So cosine 32, and it's 0.848 about, and you'll round as MyMathLab tells you to round. So let's see. That's approximately 0.848. And let's do maybe secant of, and let's do something in radians this time, pi over 5, which again, we don't have fifths around the edge of the unit circle. So this will be calculator work. And the calculator also does not have a secant button. But hopefully you remember from earlier that secant is 1 over cosine. So if we want secant of pi over 5, that will be the same thing as 1 over cosine of pi over 5. I should be a little more clear. Say secant is 1 over x, and cosine gives the x coordinate. So anyway, so if we want secant of pi over 5, we're going to do 1 divided by cosine of pi divided by 5. I'm also going to go back to my mode settings here because I know I was just in degrees, and change it back to radians so it understands pi over 5 properly. And that's about 1.236 if you were rounding to 3 decimal places. Okay, so there's just a couple examples from 6.2.